stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington football team. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing is Hurts. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Harris looking to throw on 2nd down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington has taken a first quarter lead.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he stopped immediately there. Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Harris. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Buying time to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Harris. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are, you know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Pete Werner.
And now off to the races down the right side.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
They'll run this with Akers.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs. They have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the left hash, a chip shot here. 21-0 our score after 1.
Eagles nothing.
And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
3 yards remain for second down. They'll run here with Akers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now a run with Akers. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Akers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's second and a yard. Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And some room to work. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, it's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Harris now. Off play action. Eluding the pressure right. This one is caught. It's Patton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's first and 10.
He's going to try and take off with it.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Here's Akers.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A handoff for Gibson.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now Harris from the gun on 3rd down.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Harris.
He's got it to Gibson.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Harris. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Well, he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
To throw is Harris. To throw on second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 44.
143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run with Gibson.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
Stays on his feet. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That ball complete to Isabella.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And here's a give to Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Harris under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Milton Williams
coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Harris.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chomp into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
The throw taken in by Cole. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They go play action with Hurts.
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for Philly.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
They'll look to run with Akers.
And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Cam Akers, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Elliott Good with a PAT, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Harris slings this deep from McLaurin, and this one is incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Harris. He's going to try and go deep again. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
McKenzie now to return it. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. On 1st down, Akers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Harris. He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Being chased out left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Washington on 3rd down,
3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Harris.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Eagles 16.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Pete Werner.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they open the lead up now to 25.
16.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Check that.
Back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
And he's got room. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. We got this. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Eagles 7-yard line.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Not today, you aren't. Not today. Mike 50, Mike 50. You must be ready.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time, because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
From just inside the 20, a short kick, and he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Keeps himself upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chase Young. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith-Schuster.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Mike,
and they'll indeed take a knee.
like 50. He's scared.
And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?